للباعة الجائلين وكل الباعة اللي بيبقوا موجودين في اسكندرية وعلى مستوى حضاري. وده نموذج احنا بدأنا وهنستمر في تطبيقه في كل حتة في مصر. ويمكن كنت بتكلم مع السيد محافظ اسكندرية على كل الميادين الأخرى هنبدأ التطبيق فيها تباعا إن شاء الله. دخلنا وتفقدنا أعمال التطوير في محطة مصر نفسها اللي هي تعتبر واحدة من أقدم محطات السكة الحديد في مصر، وشفتوا حضراتكم معانا المنظومة الجديدة من الأبواب الإلكترونية والتذاكر وشكل القطارات الجديدة اللي بقت موجودة في محطة مصر. يمكن انتقلنا بعد كده إلى هنا المينا اسكندرية، علشان طبعا المينا بيشهد حجم يعني تطوير وإضافة للأرصفة عمرها ما حصلت في تاريخ هذا المينا زي ما بيحصل في كل موانئ الجمهورية. ويمكن حضراتكم يعني شفتوا معايا واحنا بنتفقد كل مشروعات التوسع اللي بيحصل النهاردة في الأرصفة وإضافة أرصفة جديدة، وكلها مرتبطة والحمد لله بعقود تشغيل مع أكبر شركات في العالم. وتوقفنا وشفنا في أكتر من محطة حجم الحركة اللي موجودة والشركات العالمية اللي بقت موجودة النهاردة، واللي احنا كدولة مصرية تعاقدنا معاهم بالفعل على تشغيل كل الأرصفة والتوسعات اللي موجودة النهاردة في كل موانئ الجمهورية الكبيرة. النموذج اللي حضراتكم شايفينه من أعمال التوسع اللي احنا النهاردة موجودين فيه موجود زيه في السخنة، موجود في جرجوب، موجود في اسكندرية، بقية اسكندرية هنا الدخيلة والماكس وفي أبو قير. في كل موانئ مصر النهاردة وفي السفاجة بيحصل فيها عملية التطوير دي عشان تبقى مصر بحق يعني مركز لوجستي عالمي في المنطقة دي كلها. إنما الحقيقة يمكن كان جزء من يعني هدف رئيسي من هذه الزيارة، وده طبقا لالتزام الحكومة وطبقا لتوجيهات فخامة الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي يعني بعمل نقلة نوعية في الإفراج عن كل البضائع اللي كانت متراكمة في الموانئ واللي كانت حركة الصناعة والتجارة بتشتكي من عدم الإفراج عن هذه البضائع. احنا النهاردة يمكن يعني حضراتكم أنا تعمدت واحنا بناخد اللفة ان احنا نقف على أماكن الفحص اللي بتحصل للحاويات. وهنا خدوا بال حضراتكم ده الفحص ده للحاجات اللي احنا بنقول عليها تعتبر او تصنف كمواد خطرة، يعني ممكن يبقى فيها شبهة انها فيها بعض الحاجات الخطرة، وبالتالي بتستلزم فتح الحاويات وان احنا بناخد عينة من هذه الحاويات ويحصل عليها فحص مشترك من كل اللجان في وقت واحد. وكل الحاويات اللي حضراتكم شفتوها دي هتخرج في خلال الساعات واليومين الجايين. فاحنا الجزء اللي احنا عشان كده احنا ما كانش فقط حركة خروج العربيات ولكن ايضا فكرة فحص الحاويات، لان الحاويات دي هتاخد دورتها وهتخرج في خلال ساعات او يومين 3 جايين ان شاء الله. احنا عايزين نأكد ان احنا كحكومة بالفعل خلاص في خطة كاملة لإخروج كل البضائع من كل الموانئ. ويمكن كنا اعلنا على قدام حضراتكم وقدام فخامة الرئيس ان في الفترة ما بين 1 ديسمبر لغاية 23 ديسمبر خرج 5 مليار دولار بضائع. انا النهاردة بقول لكم والتزمنا ان احنا اسبوعيا هنعلن عن الارقام اللي بتخرج. الاسبوع الاخير بعد ما كنا اعلنا عن الافراج اللي هو انتهى يوم 23 كنا خرجنا 5، من يوم 24 حتى يوم الخميس او الجمعة اللي هو امبارح خرج بضائع 1,236 مليون دولار اضافية. يعني كده احنا بنتكلم في حوالي 6 مليار وربع خرجت كبضائع في شهر ديسمبر. وعشان بس حضراتكم نبقى بنأكد هذه الارقام، الحقيقة يعني تفنيطة او يعني التفاصيل بتاعة المليار و236 دول تحديدا، منهم 195 مليون اغذية، منهم 89 مليون اعلاف، منهم 35 مليون ادوية ومستلزمات طبية، منهم حوالي 16 مليون مواد كيماوية، في منهم 686 مليون مستلزمات انتاج للصناعة كلها، ده بالاضافة الى حوالي 216 مليون تانية حاجات اخرى متنوعة. احنا هنبقى ملتزمين كدولة ان
We
احنا
are committed as a state to announce weekly about the volume is to be released from the ports, and I would like to see it is that this scene is repeatedly in all the ports of Egypt. So most importantly, we are engaged on a daily basis with all ministers and the industry rooms and federations, and we are meeting with them daily in order to agree in the released plans and measurements during the upcoming weeks. And the priorities, as you can see, that we are releasing completely, but on the priority of the foodstuffs, production requirements and medical requirement, as you all know that we are approaching in the holy month of Ramadan, and we are in need of the all factories to reoperated. We've agreed with the industry and the trade chambers and federations on a daily list with the central banks, the customs and industry to be released immediately in order to enable us to operate the industries on the priorities. The plan, as I said to you, will be on weekly basis to be announced in detail. So the other point that we are releasing, but we are meeting with the merchants and the chambers rooms, they said that they are dues for the importers. They are in need to take their monies and to give us the credit facilities to enable us to enter the goods and to be paid 6 months later. We've already laid out the plan with the central bank, and we've already executed and released all the dues due to the engagement on a daily basis with the monetary sectors. We are talking about in a piled plans, but today we are having a clear plan, and God willing, during the upcoming few weeks to start to get out of the crisis. In the meantime, that we've released goods of 1 billion and 36 million, and other goods have already entered the port, but the circle has regained as it was. And you are a part of the state commitment as the directors of the President of the Republic to cancel the work of the documentary letters credit as a commitment for but some of the goods and requirements. In the contrary, each importer or manufacturer is free to imply any systems that were in place, and as it was in the last February of the mechanism that we are follow up with the central bank. I would like to assure you and rest assured the importers and the manufacturers daily that we are engaged with the state sectors, the relevant ministries and the monetary sector in order to complete the biggest circle and to guarantee the state of the industry. In the framework of the preparations of Ramadan's months, to provide the biggest outlets of goods to be sold in affordable prices due to the complete coordination with the ministry, the relevant ministry and apparatus in order to provide the biggest sizes of outlets, and we've agreed upon to open more than 200 places in addition to the installed already of the outlets of the armed forces and the local centers to be exhibit the goods in affordable prices to be provided and to be agreed agreed upon with the biggest trade chains to have booths and exhibition places in affordable prices. And the other important part that we are daily follow up, and we've seen to protect the citizens of the some merchants that all outlets that provide the goods to have their prices sealed on their goods in announced prices. I do not actually discuss the price, but it is importantly being determined by the Chambers Federation. So we're talking about the main and the strategic goods that highly concern the citizen. So it is important that the outlet is to be committed of the prices announced. And it is importantly to assign to all the state apparatus, Ministry of Interior and the governors and the body of protecting the consumers to follow up and monitor everything. We are talking about 100,000 of the outlets. We're not talking about, fortunately, the biggest chain market. Once you have in a small shop in LA or in a district, I request from the media to aware the citizens. We are the state that very keen of the implications, but the citizens might find that an outlet that isn't committed should report it, as they do not commit of the state requirements and taking all the determined measurements. Therefore, I request from the Egyptian citizens to report any impeachment of the outlets in order to do our requirements. We have the hotlines of the cabinet and the citizen protection body to receive the reports from the citizens. God willing, on daily basis we are working on the provision of the goods and merchandise, and I would like to self-assure the citizens that everyone is cooperative. The plan is ready to be operative even after Ramadan's month. Importantly, that the production circle to regain its vitality. Let us talk also about important points of the structure reforms of the Egyptian state. In the past few days, since the economic conference that announced all the measurements of the state, and we've announced that we have a plan as a government to provide the resources of the foreign currency till the end of the fiscal year. And we have another plan full in depth the whole year, and the state is working on it and cannot be announced on this. It is being taking place, and I think that as a part of the movement of the merchandise, as a part of the executed plan. But on the other side, His Excellency, Mr. President, have approved and acknowledged on the document of the ownership that encourage and enable the private sector. And today we've already launched on the portal of the cabinet to be available for everyone, and it is important that it's our commitment of the government that before the end of the 2022 the document to be officially adopted after the approval of the Mr. President to follow up its execution. and to provide the President on a periodical report of the achievement. It was a very important step that all the economic society have requested. Also, Mr. President has signed the law of the new amendment of the protection of the competitiveness and the non-monopolization practices that all the market have requested, and that the decree being decided following the approval of the House of Representatives. We are working strongly of all the measures that try to facilitate the process of investment. And if you're already all aware of the golden license to be provided in the cabinet, that we are following all the measures to facilitate according to the directives of Mr. President. The Minister of Finance have already submitted the cabinet that all the related measurements of the stability of the tax system to be clarified through big and vast meetings with all businessmen and all chambers to announce the clear plan of the tax systems policies to be provided for all Egyptians for the next 5 years, and to be clarified before any manufacturers and investors for the upcoming period. We've already strengthened in the last meeting of the cabinet that all the state apparatus shall not increase amendment of any fees for the services without the approval of the cabinet. They cannot take any decision of amendment as an increase, and of course it is good to be decreased for all the amendments. If any services fees cannot be done without approval of the cabinet in order to maintain the market stability during the upcoming period, God willing. I should be saying that they all be aware that we are moving and taking all the measurements, as I said, throughout the day, not the week or the month, that we are monitoring on the ground, and all the state apparatus are committed to make a great release of the Egyptian economy in the upcoming period. Thank you very much.
A press conference for